Hello and a very good morning, viewers. You're watching NewsX. I'm Kriti Mehta. Today marks 1 year since the tragic crash of Air India Flight 171, one of the deadliest aviation disasters in recent history. On the 12th of June last year, the London-bound Boeing 787 Dreamliner took off from Ahmedabad Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, but just 32 seconds after liftoff, it crashed into a students' hostel at the Bairamji Jijiboy Medical College. Of the 242 people on board, 230 passengers and 12 crew members, only one passenger survived. On the ground, the crash claimed 19 lives and injured dozens more. In total, 260 people lost their lives in this tragedy. 1 year on, grieving families continue to await definitive answers as final investigation report from India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau is still under scrutiny. With debates ongoing about the exact cause of the crash, the incident remains a somber reminder of the fragility of air travel and the importance of aviation safety. Let's in fact discuss this with advocate Vaishnav AJ Brahmanar, who is advocate at the Bombay High Court and practicing aviation law. Advocate, thank you very much for joining us. Very good morning to you. Firstly, talk to us how this case is. What are the complexities of this case? Why has it taken this long for a report on the causes to be out?
Good morning, first of all. It's very sad to say it has been 1 year for this accident and still the families are deprived of the fundamental right and the truth. 260 lives has been lost in mere 32 seconds. Still the investigations were gone into vague. The pilots were blamed, but if you look at every detail and all, it's not the pilot's fault at every time. The aviation industry, even the ministry, needs to look into the loopholes and the flaws which they have been doing. India, I would sadly say, is going backwards in aviation industry rather than going towards the successful path. Being in a developing country where air travel has been more common and more available to the common people, and such incidents are putting it on a back foot now. They need to develop certain aspects of it, and if they are not able to develop, there is no transparency between the consumer and the aviation industry. This is completely unacceptable. There were interim statements made and endless delays in investigation, as well as during the court hearings also. The evidence exists in front of the people. Even the public have always deserved hard facts and cold facts that no, there were pilot errors, no, there were airplane errors. Even if we look, it clearly defines there was an airplane error at that time. I'm not an aviation engineer, but as per my knowledge, there was an airplane error when the electrical instruments were down. But this bureaucratic stalling and establishing exactly what brought Boeing down, because it is unvarnished truth yet now. There can be no justice, I can say, because there are endless delays. What should be done is not explained here, and they are not going towards it. What needs not to be done, the ministry and the aviation industry is focusing on that to save their integrity and the dignity. But I guess their integrity and dignity is not more valuable than the people who have lost their lives. So they need to be more clear, because already you have wasted 365 days now. People are still waiting for you. They don't want compensation. They at least want the truth for their loved ones who has lost their life, even after 365 days.
Yes, absolutely. You're talking about bureaucratic delays. What's making you say that, and what other reasons are you citing for this delay in the report?
I cannot be extremely blunt on this, to be honest. Rumors and debating is common factor in India, I would say, nowadays. When such incidents happen, people try to save their chairs nowadays rather than being viable and being vocal to the people. People have brought you up there. People are trusting you up there now. So I guess you should work for the people more. Look at their problems and look what has happened into the problems. You are saving the image of the nation after such a big incident. That is completely okay. But is it completely okay that you are saving the image of your nation at the cost of people's life? That is absolutely wrong. And I don't think so. This is the good factor which the government would be looking out for now. The file has been completely vanished. People have completely forgot about it. It was 1 or 2 months when we were aware that this incident is happening. There is investigations going on. There are black box reports. They are saying the pilot was in fatigue. It's a good thing that they brought up fatigue management for pilots. They got some good and brilliant plans for the pilots. They tried to increase more and more airplanes so that the discipline should be maintained between the pilots. Their stress level can be maintained. But is this more than enough to cover up this incident? Are the investigation completely done? I would say no. Still, people are waiting. What was the issue? And have the bureaucratic people addressed that? I said they would haven't. There was no single statement from the higher authorities that what was there. Merely pushing it on the pilot that the pilot was not well, he was in fatigue, he was in stress. It doesn't do this. You are damaging the integrity. Even I saw an interview of the pilot's father. He said, my son has no error in this. On what basis? What was this explained? See, we don't know what was the investigation going on behind the doors. I'm not blaming the authorities, but there should be a proper explanation. Please put it in front of the people.
Yes, that's exactly what everybody is looking forward to here in India. But Advocate Brahmanar, you're an aviation lawyer. In your experience, what's making this case more complex than the previous cases of crashes that we have seen worldwide?
This crash has been, I would say, it's really very sad to say, it's been a landmark for India now. 260 lives. People's fundamental rights have been abolished, I would say, where people approach to the judicial system. Still, they are begging for justice. They want clarity. Other crashes, if we would have seen, there was a clear evidence that why this crash has been happened. There were proper reports which were posted out to the public, which was available to the public. But in this crash, there are no proper reports. There are no proper evidences which are put forth in front of the public. People are just debating that there was an engine shutdown, but how are you going to prove it? Because you are just saying it verbally, there was an engine shutdown. If I put forth the evidence in front of you, every person is not an engineer to understand that. There is no conclusive evidence about that crash, that there was an engine shutdown or there was a pilot error. Everything has been put forth on the pilot itself. So why aren't the investigating authority holding up and coming front and explaining each and everything to the people now? This case is completely different from the other crash because of this reason, because there are no conclusive evidence established in this case.
Right, Advocate, thank you very much for speaking to us on this. And now viewers, Air India will also observe a 2